With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. And for Utah, these may not be the teams, Doris, we see in the conference finals this year, but we can expect to think them to be a threat for years to come.
Kevin, we say they're not going to advance to the conference finals simply because of the lack of experience. Talent is not an issue. We are looking at what is likely the next generation carrying the sport forward. And boy, we are excited to see them.
And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. Intercepted. And they're moving it up. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
That's his first personal foul.
You like how aggressive he is, making a play at the rim against length.
You have got to believe that you can score against size on the interior. How about the aggressive, assertive move there?
Shot on the wing. One's off. He starts the game with a miss.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
To the middle. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
But I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And he's tall for a shooting guard, but also he takes advantage of his height whenever he can.
LDB, the Jazz have managed to stay competitive while going into a rebuild.
Kevin, you've got to give Utah credit. That is not an easy task. They have managed to amass a great deal of first-round picks and young talent and still remain focused on winning. Truly incredible.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Utah with the rebound.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Wasted no time on that one.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. It's good for a second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
Bucket is good.
How about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. And Utah again with the bucket.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
The 19-foot shot, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 5 points in the game. Jazz have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Shoots. Again, the Jazz score.
The backcourt today as good as it gets. And they've earned the green light every time they touch the ball.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Stolen. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. rebound by the Jazz.
You know, I'd have been very impressed if he had got that one to go. Tough D.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Second personal foul.
Utah is shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws. Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Well, here we are talking about Timberwolves greats. One player standing out to me, and Doris, I know to you. That's Kevin Garnett.
I don't think there is any debate that KG is #1. He is Minnesota's all-time leader in points, assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks. My goodness, what a career.
And so he hits both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
.32 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Craig. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Off target at the rim. That shot, no good.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range.
Wow, what a shot. And listen to this place explode.
And so it's the Utah Jazz holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Utah.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
And they've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
Timberwolves trailed by 8. On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Fade away. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, truth is, though, he's tall enough to get that off against anyone.
Whoops, they pick off the pass. And now Utah, fast break, and he jams it with authority.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Utah with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
And he lays it straight in. 6 points for him. And a big concern for players and coaches is the consistency of officiating. Greg, do you like that argument?
It's tough when one night something is a foul and the next night it isn't. There's some gray area, obviously, and it'd be good for the league to try and clarify how they want things called.
And so it's Utah here with the ball after the basket by Minnesota. It is not good. He's made half of his 6 attempts. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Spencer Dinwiddie has talked about buying into his role. He says you have to have confidence that's borderline irrational, but a perspective that's very realistic. You got to know who you are. Kevin, he adds that he's not attempting to be a Mount Rushmore type guy, but a talented player who can help a winning team.
That's a good perspective, David. Thanks for the story. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Assistant.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look. Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
And that was your Jazz Dancers. Dance team, get live.
Utah's on defense. They've led by as much as 10. To the paint. Stolen away. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. And the layup is good after a nice defense. And now it's a 9-point Utah lead.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Utah with the rebound.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Doris, what about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Well, and he breaks out the tomahawk. No soft finish there. Pure power.
We can feel that one all the way over here. Count it.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
Driving in. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. The layup missed. Timberwolves trailed by 9. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. He's got 9. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. He lobs it up. It's deflected. And Utah again with the bucket.
You know, that's a turnaround jumper, one of the toughest shots in the game to defend, and he pulled it off perfectly right there.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And he comes up with the deuce.
28.
And the Jazz lead by 9. And so it's the Utah Jazz in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back to the action in just a minute.
And please, a big round of applause for your Jazz.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us. But you can. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 9-point lead. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
They're running the offense beautifully this week. Look at the good looks. The confidence looks sky high. It's going to be hard for that defense to disrupt their flow.
Kenny, let's get your input on the Timberwolves.
Well, they have to improve their defense. Guys will get it burned up. They went with a hand up. And my man used to say, hand down, hand down. Oh, you got to get in some help. That pretty much covers everything. Yeah, you think they played their best?
No way, no way.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody. With Kevin Harlan.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. So it's the Timberwolves now. 9-point game. Goes up with the stripe. Does not score for only the second time in 7 shots this game. And for the Timberwolves. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And it goes down 2 points. He's got 6.
Boy, doesn't get any easier than that. What a size advantage. It just goes to work.
Offensive rebound.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what? Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
To the inside. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Right around a minute and a half play here in the third quarter. And that one is good.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And that one drops. And the Jazz lead by 11.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Misses from short range. Jazz leading by 11. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. They get the rebound. Out to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Hits from the high post.
Number 8.
He's got 8. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Misses the dunk.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Inside. Can't get it to fall. Utah leading. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter. Scores a 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
But when you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Poked away. 6 to shoot. Goes up on the wing. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. 1:03 left to play in the third. bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
For Utah, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Timberwolves trailed by 12. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
And this is exactly what you have to do to stop him. That was a tremendous contest, forcing the miss.
It's the three-point bomb.
Overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. At the floater, that shot no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Jazz up by 12. From Delta Center, back in a moment. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
With the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The shot. That one doesn't go. Timberwolves trailed by 12. And for Minnesota, Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
The assist.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Minnesota with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Timberwolves foul. Number 1. Second personal foul. First team foul.
One minute now into this fourth quarter. The Jazz working the ball around now. Offensive rebound. And terrific move on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. And the Jazz lead by 10. Tries again. That's no good. He is 5 of 11 shooting from the field for the game. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Swiped it away. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. 14 feet away. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with Rivers.
And he bangs it home with one hand.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul. And the Jazz call time here.
Here they come, your Utah Jazz dancers.
Sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey guys, now during that break, Will Hardy with some good words for his team. Now they've been happy with the way the team is shooting and reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. That three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thank you, David. We had a nice open look right there. And the Jazz lead by 12.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Ball's knocked loose, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
No ball violation. Good ball call.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Five on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. The three. Rebounded by the Jazz. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
2 minutes remaining
to the middle.
Game. 2 minutes.
Off with the layup.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Jazz.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this run. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
1:19 left to play in the final quarter. Locks up the alley-oop pass, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it so close.
That's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. Goes up off the inbound. Power down with both hands.
Assisted by
making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Number 96.
Was the defense. No fighting through the pick. No rotation. My goodness. You're fighting to keep the possession alive, something this guy does so well.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Utah.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
Yeah, I think it paid off, that's for sure.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
That bucket in no time at all. 34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth. And a Again, it shoots off.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
The layup off target. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
We've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Ja. A lot of swag on this team tonight. Who's responsible for that confidence?
I feel like we all talk to each other, even the coaching staff. Coach never played with a lot of free freedom. Everybody got green lights, you know what I mean? No real reason to have confidence. Coach leading you. With a way to let you out there and play your game. So we always just preach, you know, keep shooting, make or miss, and we behind you, coach.
You all look like a confident bunch, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.